So, it's book week. Let's get this party started. Firstly, Laura, your book collection was not lame. Your book collection was fairly awesome, and in fact, I have some For Dummies books too. This one, I don't know where it came from. I probably bought it at a garage sale. I buy tons of books at garage sale. But we can't talk about that. Moving on. A book that I didn't really like, but that I own a copy of, The Da Vinci Code, which incidentally I actually own 2 copies of, for reasons that I don't really understand. A couple of good books that I would definitely recommend for anybody to read, H.G. Wells' Time Machine, and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which this one has lost its dust cover. I'm a bit of a high fantasy, so I have a collection of Dragonlance novels. I have 1, and then this is 2, that one's 3, and this is 3 books in 1, so that's like 6. Plus I have God knows how many of them that I've loaned out to different friends over the years that I've never got back. I have 6 of the Harry Potter books. I don't have the last one, but right now I only have 4. I don't know where the other 3 are. I think everybody knows that I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to things like knowledge and other crap and records. And so I get these kinds of books, this almanac, every year. And I have Guinness Book of Records, a number of them. And while I was at Value Village, which is a second-hand store kind of thing, last year, I found perhaps the greatest book in the history of the universe. And I may have showed this off before, because it literally is just timetables of dates of everything, and it has the most comprehensive index that you could ever hope for. And I'm amazed that I haven't worn it out yet. Very resilient book. Love it to pieces. As with any good Christian, I have the requisite Holy Bible. This was actually my grandmother's Holy Bible, and I got it after she passed away. I also have the Book of Mormon that was given to me about, I don't know, a couple or 3 years ago by somebody who came to my front door, and it actually has their name and phone number in it, and the address of the church, the Mormon church here in town. I've read most of it. I have a lot of compilation books, and amongst them are some of my favorites. Edgar Allan Poe, The Complete Tales and Poems. The Complete Humorous Sketches and Tales of Mark Twain. The Hugo Winners, which just includes some absolutely fantastic books. For example, if I'm not mistaken, it has Flowers for Algernon in it, which you can't read that, but it has that in it. So you should definitely give them a read. I actually don't think I've read all of the stories in this book yet, but I'll get to it someday. It's on my shelf. And the top 500 poems, which is fairly subjective, but some of them are very beautiful, and some of them are interesting, and some of them you've heard for sure. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I think anytime that you feel like you want to cry, you should just pick this up and flip through it. After a few minutes, you'll find something that'll make you cry. I am a big fan of nonfiction, as I'm sure you've noticed, and I think this is amongst the few of the things that I've mentioned. But A History of Mathematics, a gorgeous, gorgeous book. It's a little hard on the brain at times, but I absolutely loved reading it. It's just, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff to remember, and you learn about a lot of people that you didn't know had anything to do with math. And about a lot of parts of math that I didn't even know existed, because I was an English student. I used to have a number of Irma Bombeck books, but my public library only had 1 copy of them, so I donated my Irma Bombeck books to the public library. My favorite book, which is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, I don't have a copy of. I know I used to have a copy of it, but I'm not entirely sure where it went to. A number of my books are loaned out to different friends, because that's what I do. As well, I have 2 full sets of encyclopedias here on my bookshelves that you may have seen in the background before. And, what do you call it? What is it? It's Popular Mechanics. It's like an encyclopedic sort of thing, but it's the Popular Mechanics Encyclopedia as well. And because I'm a big old nerd, I also have the Star Trek chronology. Of course, because don't we all really have something like that somewhere in our collection of books? So that's my book collection, And I hope now it's in a large pile on my floor beside me, because I've haphazardly tossed my books onto the floor because, you know, I went to school to become a librarian, and this is what they taught me to do with books, to pitch them on the floor, and so that's what I've done. And that's all I've got for now. I have some wackier books and whatever, but I thought that I would include some of these books that were in my collection. I have a book on taking care of doves, a book on making bonsai trees. I have a compilation of David Letterman's top 10 lists. I have a book that teaches you how to play Sudoku, which I am no good at. Not the book, the Sudoku. I have a number of different things. I buy books all the time. I collect them anytime that I go to a garage sale or wherever. If there's like a whole box full of books, I won't even look through them. I'll just offer them something for the entire box, bring it home and go through it. And then I give a lot of them away to friends. I give them away to the library. I give them away to wherever. And I keep some because there are some books that I truly will read over and over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I've been through the Poe book. I absolutely love Edgar Allan Poe and his poetry, in spite of the fact that it's twisted and dark, but I think that's why I like it. I think that if you haven't, you should really read The Cask of Amontillado. That is absolutely one of my favorites. The Telltale Heart, The Raven, you know, it's very cliche, but those are fantastic, and you should definitely read them. But I like The Cask of Amontillado, for sure. And you should definitely read that. And I guess this is probably going to be it for me for this week. I have another video that I want to make for my other channel at some point in time. Hopefully, Aiden's video, which had a little bit of a technical snafu, will be up shortly, because he seems to have found a way to get it up. That'll be up tomorrow. If that's not up tomorrow, it'll be posted on the vloggersoftheweek.com website, and you should go there and you should find it. If necessary, there'll be a link in the sidebar, which is, I don't really know. It's on the side. You should be able to find the sidebar. If you can't find the sidebar, I can't really help you. So that's it for me, and I'm going to go, and yeah, there we go. I'm never going to get these all back where they belong.